Did you know that the batteries powering electric vehicles might be leaving a devastating impact on a remote desert community? Join us as we dive into the controversial white gold rush, lithium, and its mining in Chile's Atacama Desert, the source of nearly 30% of the world's lithium and a key component in EV batteries. We'll explore the environmental and social implications of this mining and the problem it poses for the clean energy movement. Whether you're an EV enthusiast or just someone interested in sustainable energy, you won't want to miss this eye-opening exploration of these complex issues as we discover why the quest for a greener future is not always as straightforward as it seems. Clean energy is a buzzword we often hear these days, promising a future where we can reduce our carbon footprint and rely less on fossil fuels. The clean energy problem lies in the fact that producing clean energy technologies often also comes at a cost to the environment and communities near the production sites. For instance, wind turbines, which are a popular source of renewable energy, can pose a threat to wildlife, particularly birds and bats. Solar panels, on the other hand, require large areas of land, which can significantly impact ecosystems, including the displacement of wildlife and the destruction of habitats. Similarly, hydropower can destroy river habitats and fish populations, while bioenergy can cause deforestation and the loss of biodiversity. You get the point. It might be catchy and cool to say clean energy is the way to go, but when you look at it deeply, you may begin to wonder, is it really? Let's take a closer look at the Atacama Desert to better understand this issue. The Atacama Desert is a vast plateau that stretches over a 1,600-kilometer strip of land west of the Andes Mountains, rolling up the Pacific coast of South America. Located in Chile, this arid region has been home to a local community for centuries. Its people rely on water from the Andes Mountains to make cheese, grow fruits and vegetables, and nourish the nearby Maricunga salt flats. The hills behind them are rich in precious metals like silver, gold, and copper, Chile's top export. At its center lies the Atacama Salt Flat, where you can see the different areas of the basin. Unlike other basins where you can see water, here the water is underground and can be found as deep as 2 kilometers, just like an aquifer. But beneath its desolate surface lies the precious white gold in high demand in today's clean energy revolution, lithium. The Atacama Desert's lithium-rich environment is both a blessing and a curse. We say this because while it is amazing to have such a vast resource in the area, it also means more probing and exploitation to endure. The lithium deposits were discovered in the mid-19th century, but it wasn't until the 1990s that commercial mining began. The area's unique geological conditions, with its saline and brine-rich lakes and underground aquifers, make it ideal for lithium extraction. However, the process of mining this silvery white metal has come under intense scrutiny due to its environmental and social impacts. Finding a way to balance the need for lithium with the drawbacks of its extraction is a puzzle that the clean energy movement must grapple with. Have you ever wondered how the batteries powering electric vehicles are made? The mining installations in the Atacama Desert, operated by multinational corporations SQM and Albemarle, cover a vast area of over 78 square kilometers or 30 square miles. The mining process involves pumping brine to the surface, which is then placed in evaporation ponds, resulting in a lithium-rich concentrate. These ponds appear as shades of chartreuse when viewed from above. However, the process requires vast quantities of water in a region that is already parched, affecting freshwater accessibility for the 18 indigenous Atacameno communities located on the flat's perimeter. Lithium mines extract vast amounts of groundwater that is 10 times saltier than seawater. The extracted brine is then transferred to large evaporation pools, resulting in a 6% lithium solution after 18 months, which is converted into white lithium powder and exported for use in batteries. These mining operations have disrupted the habitats of local species such as Andean flamingos and have already accounted for at least an 11% decrease in the flamingo population over the past 10 years. There are also the effects of climate breakdown-induced drought and copper extraction, as Chile is the world's top copper producer. These environmental harms are further amplified by the Chilean state's failure to consistently enforce the right to prior consent from indigenous peoples. The significant pressure from the global market to increase lithium production, especially in the US, will continue to be a top factor. The US, known for its love of cars, especially larger ones, and its sprawling cities and suburbs where driving is often the primary transportation option, holds great global significance in transitioning to electric vehicles. Research suggests that by 2050, the widespread adoption of electric vehicles in the US could lead to a demand for lithium that is 3 times higher than the current global production. This surge in lithium requirements has the potential to further aggravate over time the water shortages, encroachment on indigenous lands, and ecosystem destruction both within and outside the country. There is also emphasis on the fact that the removal of significant amounts of groundwater due to mining activities will inevitably lead to a hotter and drier Atacama desert where Chile's lithium mines are located. These facts prompt an unsettling question that echoes worldwide. Is the continued advancement and adoption of electric vehicles worth jeopardizing communities and ecosystems? The production of EVs is often hailed as a significant step towards a sustainable future, and the idea of them replacing traditional gas-powered vehicles has quickly excited many people. Take a look at the level of success Tesla has already achieved. However, many people don't take the time to look at the behind the scenes. The process of converting lithium into energy for EV batteries is a complex and technically demanding process. The efficiency and performance of a battery depends on a variety of factors, including the purity and quality of the lithium used, the composition of the electrolyte solution, and the design of the battery itself. The end result should be a clean, efficient, and sustainable source of energy that is helping to drive the transition to a more sustainable and low-carbon transportation system. But that is not always the case, considering the environmental impacts in the process of mining it. Additionally, the dust and fumes produced during the mining process also contain harmful chemicals and pollutants, which can cause respiratory problems, skin irritations, and other health issues for the workers. It has been argued that while the lithium mining process does use a significant amount of groundwater, the benefits outweigh the costs. The water required to produce enough lithium for a single electric car battery is comparable to that used for cultivation of only a half a pound of beef or 11 avocados. A lithium battery also holds a rather long shelf life to its advantage, as it can last up to a decade and can be recycled thereafter. While lithium mining in Chile's Atacama Desert has raised concerns about the environmental and social impacts of clean energy production, experts predict that more sustainable and ethical practices will mark the future of clean energy. One of the most promising developments in clean energy is using renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. The cost of these sources has dropped dramatically in recent years, making them more accessible and affordable. In addition, advances in battery technology are making it possible to store excess energy generated by renewable sources, reducing the need for traditional fossil fuel power plants. Another exciting development is the growing interest in hydrogen fuel cells. These cells use hydrogen gas to produce electricity, emitting only water vapor as a byproduct. While this technology is still in its early stages, experts predict it has enormous potential to revolutionize the energy industry. The issue of lithium mining in the Atacama Desert is not new. It dates back to the 1980s, when the Chilean government opened the region to foreign companies, offering lucrative contracts and tax incentives. The result was a surge in mining activity, which brought with it economic growth despite the social and environmental problems. Fast forward to today, and the debate over lithium mining in the Atacama Desert continues. While some argue that it is essential for the clean energy transition, others are calling for more sustainable practices that protect the environment and respect the rights of local communities. So, what's the solution to this problem? The impacts of a clean energy transition surrounding lithium mining in the Atacama Desert is a complex issue without easy answers. Lithium will continue to play a crucial role in the production of electric vehicle batteries. Still, it's equally clear that the current mining practices in the Atacama Desert are not sustainable, especially given the fact that naturally occurring lithium from the nearby Andes Mountains is merely a finite resource. One possible solution is to invest in new technologies that reduce the environmental impact of lithium mining, such as using renewable energy sources to power the evaporation process. On the one hand, the world needs more clean energy to combat climate change, and electric vehicles are a crucial part of this solution. On the other hand, the environmental and social impacts of lithium mining cannot be ignored. While we acknowledge that two truths can coexist, we must begin to look forward to a true solution. What do you think the real answer to attaining clean energy is?